a podcast that talks about music, movies, sports, and news. To know the people, promoting and sharing with the world a beautiful story. This is Frail Fragment's Monster Closet. Hey, it's Tuesday, February 4th, 2025. This is the Monster Closet, episode 113. We're here with entrepreneur, singer, photographer, Matt Grassi. How's it going, Matt?
Overall artist.
Overall artist, that's right.
I'm doing well, yeah. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
No problem, man. And we're going to have the pleasure of him being our photographer this Sunday coming up, February 9th. We had a bit of a miscommunication on the weekend. He came to our venue on Sunday, and luckily I checked my phone because I was like, I had a bad feeling because I was asking him if we could maybe push the time next week, but I'm like, hopefully he doesn't get it confused with this week, and it is what it is. But we're finally seeing each other. What's up, dude? And I'm happy to be working with you and to evolve into something better. And you're helping us do that, right? By like just your talent, you know what I mean? So thank you. Appreciate you. You could check out his photography. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. It's at spectrelight.ca, and he's the singer of Naked Burn, and they have a couple of killer shows coming up. They're playing in Oshawa at the Atria. I love that venue. And you guys are playing with the Sun Junkies, and they're a fucking heavyweight band, man. They're doing really well, so that's awesome.
Yeah, we're excited for that show, in a couple of days. So
Yeah. So have you played the Atria before?
No, we've never played in Oshawa, and I've been to the Atria, but I've never played there before, so I'm excited to play, yeah.
Okay, and you guys are playing Toronto, is it? February 15th?
We're playing Sneaky D's,
Sneaky D's, February 15th.
Yeah.
Got it. That's cool, man. And you hold on, let me see. You guys are playing with Fifth, Sucker Punch, and Sonic Scene Kids.
Yeah.
$20 at the door. Doors open at 6:30. 19 plus. Sneaky D's, man. We're just talking to a guest we had yesterday. He's playing Sneaky D's on the 8th, so week before. Go check out Naked Burn. Get some king crab nachos if you're hungry downstairs. I mean, I haven't played Sneaky D's in a while, but I know the new genre of bands are keeping that place alive, and hats off to you guys. You know what I mean? You guys are playing some kick-ass shows, and you guys filmed a video. Jaded, is it? That song,
yes,
Jaded?
yeah.
And I think I don't know if you guys recorded on Queen Street on May 4th, but that was my birthday, and I remember we were playing the Horseshoe that night, and I was loading in, and I saw like a bunch of guys filming on Queen and Spadina. I'm not sure that was you, but it would be pretty crazy if it was, like how like our paths fucking coincided with each other on May 4th, and now we're here.
Yeah, I think we filmed it in the fall, but that would have been actually hilarious if that was the case. But I feel like people film all the time in like that area. We were on Spadina though in the video, so
yeah, exactly.
We were close by. Yeah,
and you guys had the cat from Cancer Bats, Liam Cormier, in that video, and that's fucking sick. I love Cancer Bats. Big fan of Hell Destroyer. How did that happen?
Honestly,
how did that happen?
Yeah, I just we were like trying to figure out for this feature because like we're more of like an emo band, but we kind of went a bit more of like the punk hardcore route on this song because we're all like hardcore kids, like at the core. Like I grew up like listening to like mostly metal and hardcore when I was in my teen years and stuff. Like I used to listen to like mostly like 80s like thrash and shit, like when I was like 14 to like 17, and then I kind of got into like more hardcore and like more like breakdowny stuff when I was like a bit older. And so we're like, oh, let's do like a heavier track and kind of see. And we were trying to look for a feature because I'm not like that great of a screamer. So let's get someone who can actually like pull their weight. And we just thought, why don't we try to get Cancer Bats on this? Like it didn't seem like it was going to happen. We're like, oh, let's just try it. So I just messaged him on the band page and I was like, hey man, we have this song. Here it is. Here's it like all mixed up. We want just scream on this part from like whatever 1 minute and 20 seconds to like 1 minute and like 2 minute mark, and then that was it. He's like, yeah, this is sick. And then he did it. Yeah, so he did the feature. He was out on the East Coast and he did the feature. And then I was like, hey, can you like send me an iPhone video of you like singing the song? And then I just edited it into the old TV in the video. And so it looked like vintage and stuff. So it didn't look like an iPhone. So we kind of like worked it into the video in that way. So it still fit like the professional kind of aesthetic that we had for the video.
Cool, man. And he's from Toronto, right? Do you still keep in touch with him, or it's kind of like one?
Yeah, he's from Toronto. Yeah, we saw him a month ago because he was doing a pop-up for his brand Treadwell Clothing at in Parkdale at a place called, I forget the name of the coffee shop now. It's like on the tip of my tongue, but yeah, he did a pop-up, so we went to go see him. He made a little like promo video there too, and he's a super nice guy. Like, he was insanely fun to work with, and like I think he did a great job on the feature. Everyone seemed to be liking it.
Yeah,
so,
it looked really cool, man. Yeah, everything. I mean, your work is polished. I really enjoy what you're doing, and yeah, it's a breath of fresh air. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 26.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you're kind of. I'm 42. I mean, I grew up listening to like the grunge era, you know what I mean? That's kind of what got me kicking off with playing music. And I started playing when I was 12. I grew up in Toronto. I think you're a Toronto guy?
So I grew up in Markham, and then I moved to Toronto a couple of years ago. But like, I also, like, me and my friends used to like recreate like Alice in Chains Unplugged in our basement, and we'd like set up the candles and stuff, and we'd play the whole set of Alice in Chains Unplugged, and we'd like obsess over that, and like we were really into them and like Soundgarden and Red Hot Chili Peppers and stuff like in high school. Like, we were into all, like, basically I only listened to like 80s and 90s for like all of high school. I was like one of those kids that just like wouldn't listen to new shit. You know what I mean?
What was the band that changed that for you? Was there a band?
I think it was like a combination of like getting into more like hardcore music. Like, I got into a lot of like New York and like US hardcore bands like Incendiary, Expire, like Suburban Scum, and like kind of more like underground stuff my friends showed me. And then also going to local shows too. Like, I used to go to shows in like Newmarket at like Jam Spot, and like Club Absinthe in Hamilton.
That's
and
a good one.
D's. Yeah, and like all those like kind of small. There was a place called Roadylicious in Ajax, and it was like the basement of like a Indian roti place, and they would host like punk shows down there.
Nice.
And then I started in a band when I was like 22. So like, I think getting into the local scene like kind of made me realize that like kind of like new music was cool too. Like, I was just kind of had that mindset where I was like, oh, this music's not the same anymore, even though I was only like 15 years old. Like, I didn't even grow up with this shit, right?
So
like,
yeah, that's why are you doing this though? Like, what is fueling you to go out there and do all this shit that you're doing, the photography and the band and why are you doing this?
I think in the beginning of like starting photography when I was young, I was like in college, and like honestly I was kind of a bum. Like, I kind of was like a pothead, and like I wasn't really like focused on my career. My parents were like, you gotta go to college, like and so I went to college for media, and I was living with my buddy in Rexdale in like a basement apartment, and we were both going to Humber College, and I was like, man, I need to like figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do with my life. Like, so I just started shooting random local shows with my like crappy Canon like T3i camera that I asked my parents for, and that was basically it. I just started shooting bands, and then the next thing you know, like, bands were like, oh, like, how much for photos? And I was like, I don't know, like $20. Like, it was stupid, but I was excited because I'd go to a show, right, and I'd shoot all the bands, and I'd come home with like $100, and I was excited. I was like 18 years old. I was like, oh, this is actually like a thing. And even my mom was like kind of impressed by it. She's like, oh, you're like starting your own business with this. And like, I think she didn't realize like how far it would go. And so like, I just realized, the thing is that a lot of people are like, things. I was a music guy like way before photography, and I think a lot of people have this story of like, oh yeah, like I picked up a camera when I was like 10, but like for me it was like the music that like bled into it, because I was like, how can I stay around music and like still make money? And I was like, there's no way I'm gonna like be in a famous band, so let me like try this photography thing out. And I ended up being like pretty decent at it, and so that's kind of how it all started. And then I ended up loving it a lot, and I was shooting like bigger shows and stuff like that, to get my name out there, like through publications. I ended up being able to shoot some of my favorite bands. Like I shot like Silverstein, August Burns Red, like all these like big bands like Dance Gavin Dance, like Fit for a King, like so many of these like big bands that I like was like really into at the time. Like and so that was it, man. Yeah. And then during the pandemic, I started shooting videos because people needed videos to watch online because there was nothing in person. So I ended up getting into video work during the pandemic. Weirdly enough, I know a lot of people weren't working, and that was it. Now I have a band that I started.
He will be doing a video for us at the Horseshoe Tavern Friday, May 2nd, 2025. Matt Grassi himself will be there, and we're going to do something with him, and that's going to be exciting. So I'm excited for that. All the best, man. It's really nice to finally meet you. I mean, I've been having a lot of problems with Riverside. Like this podcast was, just to rant a bit, this podcast was on Spotify. And then they changed their platform where if you wanted it on Spotify, you'd have to download this bullshit called Riverside. Right. And then Riverside, like I'm paying for the service. Like I have like a really good package or whatever. But I like right now it says 0% uploading. I know it's recording something, but I don't like it's at this point it's like a mystery right now. But it's there.
It says 99% uploading for me.
For you, so that's great. So we're gonna get your audio at least, and then I'm gonna have to fucking call Riverside and give them shit, right? Because I mean, this is crazy. You know what I mean? This is an ongoing issue. But I'm not gonna keep you. Thank you again. I'll see you on Sunday, man. Sunday, we will be there on Sunday.
Okay, so like, I'm stoked for Sunday. Yeah, I was so funny when I texted you. I got the message back, and I was like, I looked back on the text, and I was like, oh man, I'm fucking dumb. I've been just like so busy with work lately. I think I just wanted to think the shoot was that day because I was like, oh, I'm glad I'm getting the shoot like this weekend, whatever. And then I just completely like fucked that up. But like, it is what it is, and like, I think I just like realized that I'm like a little bit overworked right now at that very moment. I was just sitting in my car and the snow was coming down, and I'm like, man, I am really tired right now. I'm like, I'm kind of glad that the shoot is next week, to be honest. So it worked out, man.
Thanks, Matt.
I'm excited to shoot.
Yeah. We'll see you next week. Matt Guarrasi, nakedburnband.com, spectrelight.ca @_nakedburn. For those are all his socials. We're gonna post them up. Thank you, Matt Grassi. This is The Monster Closet, episode 113, Tuesday, February 4th, 2025. FrailFragment.com for all your needs. We out. Peace.